The third one, which is always interesting, is social. And, let's talk a little bit about the social capital.
Yeah, social kind of combines all three of these into one. It's what is your brand? You talk about your leadership brand all the time. You talk about it in your book. What is your company's brand? And it's what people in the marketplace think of you. So, people talk, employees talk to other people interview and go through a process, people review you online. And it's all those things that get wrapped into one. And are you a company someone wants to work for or not?
Right.
And most companies don't think about this. They just kind of think they can't control it, that it is what it is, but that's not the case.
Yeah. One of the things, again, as you mentioned, as I write a lot about as leadership brand is what your team says about you when you're not in the room. And a lot of it was taken from Jeff Bezos, who said a company's brand is what they say about when you're not in the room. And if you think about it, it's so important that when we manage that, are we easy to do business with? Are we friendly? Do we get shit done? Let's be honest, right? People want to know you get things done. Are we on time? Are we on budget? All of those things go into brand.
Yeah, and it's literally everything. It's your interview process. It's your employee value proposition. It's do you do what's right or do you do what's in the contract? That's a big thing we see, right? You may be legally right saying, well, it's in the contract. That's what we agreed to do. But then that client then goes and tells 10 people how awful you are to work with. You just kind of hit your social capital in a negative way.
Yeah, I guess I got to tell this story, but my wife was looking for a new dress. And she went and bought the dress from this company for our son's wedding. And when she got it, it wasn't the same color as the model that she looked at. And it was too blue. And she said, I cannot wear blue. And you know what the owner kept saying to us? Well, you have a contract. You can't return it. You have a contract. I swear in a conversation, I heard it 10 times, you have a contract. And all it did was piss me off when in actuality, she'd say, well, I really want you to feel better and I want you guys to be happy, but all you kept saying is the contract. And I'm talking about it now. And so when I look at that dress company's brand, do you think I think they care about me or do they only care about their contract?
Yeah, and that's exactly that's a perfect example of social capital, right? Legally, yes, we have a contract. But now that's your social brand is, okay, well, they're just going to do by the contract, so don't go there because you're going to be stuck in a contract.
Yeah, you might have one and it may come down to that, but is that the first thing you say? And so to me, I think brand is so important. And what happens is I also think one thing that I would say when we talk about brand is we try to make sentences or tell me about the brand and we get really lengthy. I always like to say, just give me 5 words. 5 simple words that describe your brand. When you hear your company's name, what do you think your clients say? What are those 5 words? And I think when you do it, you now get an indication of really where you stand in the social atmosphere.
Yeah, and let me give you one more example of a social capital. Everyone knows we had a good co-op program with Clemson University, and so for those that don't know, basically they have 2 interview days a year. You go down there, you sign up, you have to pre-register, students sign up to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. I totally forgot to sign up one session and we needed some co-ops. And my phone started ringing from the head of the co-op department in a panic saying, I've got all these kids asking to talk with you. You guys aren't signed up. Like they're banging down my door wanting to know if you're coming. Are you guys coming? And I just had to say, oh, yeah, I totally forgot. Can you squeeze us in? Because he was like, well, the spots are all taken. He goes, we'll get you a table.
Yeah.
To me, that is this kind of social capital we're shooting for.
Right. And it's just one of those big pieces I think starts to go to value, but there's a reason that brand gets developed, and standing on its own and saying this is the brand I want isn't going to happen. And I think this gets to the fourth